Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to offer an amendment to House Bill 5002 as amended by the Senate. When this legislation was before the Senate, members there saw fit to add a provision that appears to exempt law enforcement officers, law enforcement and fire safety.
Members, we do have a number of speakers. Sorry, Representative. We do have a number of speakers on this item, and I would appreciate the attention for our colleagues. Speaker recognizes Representative Townsend.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, when this legislation was before the Senate, members there saw fit to add a provision that appears to exempt law enforcement and fire safety employees and some others from the virtual wage requirements of this bill. I ask my colleagues to support an amendment that would add corrections workers, veterans, hospital workers, teachers, and skilled tradespeople to the list of those who are protected from the harm of HB 5002. I believe strongly that now is not the time to impose additional burdens on Michigan workers, least of all those who have been injured in the workplace. Public safety officers certainly deserve relief from this harmful legislation, but the action taken by the Senate begs a critically important question. If the concept of virtual wages is so flawed that we may exempt public safety officers, why retain this concept for anyone else? If we're going to protect state police and county sheriff employees from the harms of House Bill 5002, then shouldn't we also protect public safety officials who guard dangerous felons in our prisons? Shouldn't we protect veterans who have risked their lives to protect us and our freedoms? What about hospital workers, teachers, and skilled tradespeople who provide vital public functions and some of whom are at considerable risk of being injured on the job? Mr. Speaker, the improvements to House Bill 5002 that appear to protect public safety officers don't adequately address the fundamental flaws in this bill. On the contrary, the Senate amendment highlights those flaws. I would prefer that we table this entire bill, but recognizing that there appear to be sufficient votes for its passage, I ask my colleagues to support an amendment that would add corrections workers, veterans, hospital workers, teachers, and skilled tradespeople to the list of those who are protected from the harm of HB 5002.